Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pankhuri Saxena, Associate Professor at Jagannath University. Let's discuss about organizing. Organizing. Let's take an example. Whenever we go to the departmental store, we saw each and everything is well organized. Everything has different departments, different compartments. Things are placed in a proper manner. That is called the organizing. If we go to the restaurant, we saw a single waiter attend few tables. That is the organizing. Okay. If we purchase the new books, we organize it in our almirah. That is also an organizing. So in day-to-day life, we use organizing. This is the important function of management. We have already discussed that there are the functions of management, that is the planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. The utmost important is organizing. If we got the things, if we never organize it, we never got the appropriate result. So organizing is identification and classification of required objectives. First we need to identify what we want to achieve and classify the small elements as per the requirements. Grouping of activities, group them in an appropriate manner, and the coordinating. Different authors give different meaning to the organizing. First, organizing is the process of structure the essential relationships among the people, tasks and other activities. In other way, organizing is the function of management that involves developing an organizational structure, allocating the human resources and the other resources also to ensure the accomplishment of the objective. Whatever the goals of the organization, we have to work accordingly. Definition of the organization given by Lewis Allen. Organizing is the process of identifying and grouping of work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work more effectively together in accomplishing the objectives. Then the principles of organizing. How we can organize the things, what are the principles beyond it? These are the few principles. First is the principle of unity of objectives. Second is principle of specialization. Third is the principle of unity of direction, principle of coordination, principle of efficiency, principle of authority and responsibility, principle of unity of command, principle of span of control, principle of communication, principle of balance, principle of flexibility and principle of simplicity. Let's discuss it. The first principle is principle of unity of objective. It means when we want to achieve certain goals in the organization, we have to plan the objectives in a common way, in the unity way. That means unity of objective is necessary for achieving organizational objective, because achievement of objectives of a lower level contributes to the achievement of objectives of the higher level. Small steps we take to enhance, to achieve the organizational objectives. Principles of specialization. When there is specialization, employee with the specialized knowledge and skills are put on the job. This leads the higher productivity of the employees. As we know, if the labor is skilled, then the productivity is always increased. Principle of unity of direction. This principle suggests one boss, one plan. There must not be an ambiguity among the directions, so that everyone can perform easily. This principle suggests one boss, one plan. This leads to better way of performing the task. Next is the principle of the coordination. Principle of coordination means coordinated way of performing related activities leads to the higher efficiency. If few activities are related to each other, we have to combine them together and perform together. Next is principle of efficiency. Efficiency emerges when a given level of output achieved with the minimum use of resources. That means allocation of resources must be in the proper way so that we can achieve the objectives or attain the goals with the minimum cost or with the minimum resources. Principle of authority and responsibility. Authority of an organizational position should be based on the responsibility of the position. If we got the higher position in the organization, proportionally our responsibility also increases. Principle of unity of command. This principle states that a subordinate should receive order from a single superior, not the multiple one. This brings the clarity in responsibility, and subordinates can perform their task without confusions. So the level of confusion decreases when there is the principle of unity of command. Then the span of control. Principle of span of control states that the number of subordinates under a one boss or one superior should be appropriate so that he or she can manage them properly and effectively. Next, principle of organizing. Ninth principle is principle of communication. Communication is the process of transferring information from one person to another. So it must be in the clear form so that each and everyone can get the proper direction. Next is principle of balance. There must be the balance in the organization. Organizing should make an attempt to maintain the balance of various aspects of the organization which are relevant for organizing. In departmental level or in the functional level, we need to create the balance so that we can attain the organizational goals or objectives. Principle of flexibility. Organizing should ensure that the organization structure is flexible so that necessary changes can be incorporated or it can be induced. Next is the principle of simplicity. This principle states that the organization structure should be the simple as possible. If the structure is simple, then the transfer of commands will be easy, transfer of direction will be easy, and employees can perform their task in a better manner. Next, types of organization. There are two types of organization, that is the formal organization and informal organization. On the basis of comparison, formation. Formal organization is planned and deliberate. Informal organization is spontaneous. The purpose of the formal organization is well set goals. Whether the informal organization, social interaction. The structuring is well structured, but the informal organization is unstructured. The nature of the organization, formal organization is formal, official. Informal organization is unofficial. Focus is on the positions in the formal organization, and in the informal organization, focus is on the functions. Sources of power, delegated, given by the groups. In the informal organization, the power is given by the group. Guidelines for behavior. There are the fixed rules and regulation in the formal organization, whether in the informal organization, group norms follows. Communication channel, it is the official channel in the formal organization, and in the informal organization, that is the unofficial. Next is the process of organizing. As we have discussed, we go to the departmental store, we see each and everything is organized in a well defined form. So this is also a process of the organizing. First, division of work. Whatever we get, we have to divide it in a proper manner. Then grouping the work. The similar kind of work should be accumulated or should be grouped together. Then the delegation of authority. who will perform that thing. Then the coordination of work. If one work is completed, then we go to the second step. Let's discuss it in detail. Identification of activities. All the activities which have to be performed in a concern have to be identified first. First, we need to identify what are the activities that we need to perform. For example, preparation of accounts, making sales record keeping, quality control, inventory control, etc. Departmentally organize the activity. In this step, the manager tries to combine the group the similar or the related activities. Those activities which are similar to each other are combined together into the units of the department. This organization of dividing the whole concern into the independent units or department is called departmentation. Then classifying the authority, who is responsible for what kind of activities, then decide that. Once the departments are made by the manager, like to classify the power, its extent to the other managers or leads. This activity of giving the rank in order to managerial position is called the hierarchy. The clarification of authority help in bringing the efficiency. If the authority is clear that who will command or who will give the direction, it is clear that the efficiency will always increase. This help in achieving the efficiency in the running of a concern. This help in avoiding the wastage of time, money, efforts, and this helps in bringing the smoothness in the concern working. And last, coordination between the authority and the responsibility. Relationships are established among various groups to enable the smooth interaction towards the achievement of the organizational goals. Each individual is made aware his authority and he or she knows whom they have to take the orders from and to whom they are accountable to whom they are report. Clear organizational structure is drawn and all employees are made aware of it. So if the structure is simple, then the coordination and the organizing of activities are really simple. Next is the importance of organizing. Advantage of specialization. Those who are specialized perform that kind of work. Second, describe the work relationship. Which work is interrelated? That can be defined through the organizing. Effective utilization of resources and adaptation to change. If there is a change in the external or in the internal environment, organizing helps the organization to cope up with those changes. Then the development of the personnel. Thank you.